And here with Ken Adkins of the Independence Patriots, Lady Patriots win today and extend this series now. It just comes down, and it seemed like it should, the way you guys have played each other, Ken. Going to come down to one more game. 4-2 today. You were able to equal the runs combined coming into this. Is the fourth game, and you scored 4. That's the total runs the teams combined for in the first 3.
Right. Well, and I told the kids, I said, these are going to be close games. You're talking about 2 of the best pitchers that ever stepped in a circle in Southern West Virginia. I mean, Delaney is this is her second year pitching, missed her freshman year. Got her 600th strikeout today. I stopped the game and took that ball so I could give it to her after the game. But Paige is going to Penn State, so they're going to be tight games and weird. And I hate it that weird things always determine these games. I'd like to just go out and beat somebody 5-0 and be done. You know what I mean? But that's not the way these games have worked. And every game has had some kind of controversy in it. And then, I thought Savannah called me on the phone here a couple weeks ago and said, I've been working, she hit
Stanley.
well. She called me in the beginning of the year. She lit it up. She was hitting everybody, hit the best pitchers in the state. Then she dropped a ball down at Wyoming East that, it didn't cost us the game. We lost on the catch. I mean, that was a walk-off. She dropped the ball and they won the game. But she, then she kind of went in the tank hitting. And I told her, I said, Savannah, the reason you play is because you can hit. You know what I mean? You're not going to be like Eric Davis out there in the outfield. But so and then she didn't hit well, and she got into this thing where she was kind of half swinging. And I think it was just freshman yips, you know what I mean? I'm thinking too much about it, and so then she wasn't hitting. So we took her out of the lineup.
Well, she's a freshman then.
Right, she's a freshman, and so she hadn't played in a good while. So she calls me on the phone here about 2 weeks ago, and she said, Coach, I've been working really hard. And she said, I know that I've messed up, but she said, I've been working really hard, and I just want another chance. So I thought, you know what? That takes a lot. It's a freshman, to call you up and say that. And I've had kids do that over the years, but I look, she's on the tee all the time. She's trying to fix the things that are broke, that we told her to address. And so, she hit well the other day, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to stay with her. So she's hit well in the cage. So she comes out here today and just jumps on one. And that's what she's capable of doing if she'll just go up to bat with a clear head. So that was big for us. And then, when she hits, then I think that loosens things up. You get some runners moving.
It was a 2-out, 2-strike pitch,
right,
too.
Right. And, we talked all week, since we played them last, about pitch selection, making sure you swing at strikes, not chasing balls out of the zone. And so we did a lot better job of that today. And then she got a pitch that she could drive, and gets a hit there, and that was a big spot. No. We get on into the game, and they're going to come at some point. Something's going to happen. I thought the umpire was kind of tight, and so we get a couple runners on. Dave, I'm not pitching. Olivia Barnett is not going to be the hero on me. You know what I mean? I'm not making that mistake. And I've done it before, where I pitched to somebody because I was too prideful. Hey, listen, I got all these kids and all these parents who depend on me. If I'd lost the game there, pitching to her, they'd have beat me up. If I'd lost the game by walking her, and you know what I mean? But I was prepared to walk in another run. We were throwing the ball, all balls, the girl behind her, I wanted her to strike out. One pitch is out of the zone. And so the guy would not call the strike. We were a little bit out there. She wouldn't swing at it. And Delaney tried to bring one a little closer in. And I told her, I said, don't wiggle on me. We'll walk in 2 runs.
Is that what you mean by don't flinch, is what you told her?
Yeah, just don't go, allow the strategy of the game to work. Don't feel like you got to take over. You don't have I'll take all that responsibility. Don't feel like you own any of that. You're a piece of the puzzle. You're on the chessboard. Do what you're supposed to do. You know what
You've
I mean?
been telling her that 2 years.
2 years.
Is she
And we've lost
the kind of person that
7-1.
takes-
Listen, we've lost 7 one-run games this year. 7. 3 or 4 of those are come from behind where we gave up the lead late, and I felt like, you know what I mean?
Oh, you're talking about Savannah. That 6th inning after you walked Barnett, in which
Yeah.
I think took some gumption in this game of bats and balls to walk her the potential tying run.
Yes.
And she gets to third. She's on third. They got Hallie Wood on second. There's 1 out. Anything can happen. All you got to do is make somebody. You've talked about this all year. Force somebody to make a play.
Yes.
But Buckland was good enough to get 2 strikeouts with her. She's the only one that had to make the play.
And like I said,
how huge was that?
Huge. But part of that is, and the problem with playing Shady Spring 4 times now, there'll be 5 times tomorrow, we know them so well. They know us so well. So I knew that those kids down there I had less shot of them hurting me. Not to say that they won't. They might come back, those 2 kids, and beat me tomorrow. But I'm not letting Olivia Barnett beat me today. You know what I mean? I'm not letting, there's a difference. She's an all-stater and a great athlete. And so you got to be smart enough. God gives you a brain. Use the brain. Don't get beat when you don't have to.
Is that also the belief you have in Delaney?
It
Get
is.
out of the problem. I mean, I'm sure you.
And I told her when we came up the last inning, I said, "You got 7, 8, 9. Don't make me go into the top of that lineup. Let's get this right here. We know what we got to do. Get them quick."
Pretty
You know what I mean?
appropriate then that she caught the last. She
Yes,
got the line drive
yes,
for the last out.
Yes.
Because I think that 6th inning, she
Yeah.
said, and I asked her, I said, was that the biggest jam you got out of all year? And I guess, given the circumstances, given the history of these 2 teams, she said this year it was.
And she probably, she's a competitor. So who wants to walk somebody and concede? It's like giving up, you know what I mean, to the pitcher. She's up there wanting to battle, mano a mano.
Did it kind of tick her off that she put?
It might have, but I don't ask her. Those are things we don't discuss.
Right.
I have all that over there. I sat over there with Cheyenne Morgan, has not played a varsity inning on this team all year. She's as valuable a person as I've got because she keeps that pitching chart. We know every pitch for every player in every game and every inning we've ever played. So I keep all that. We chart all those. I sat and looked at all those today. I know how many times I've struck Olivia Barnett out, how many times she's got hits. And I made a note. If you see my paper up there on the top of the thing, I have a note. Do not let Olivia Barnett beat you today.
Well, it seems to me that you were writing that quite a bit.
Yes.
Especially when you're coaching the throw. I imagine it's more in the dugout.
Yeah. And then, a really big play in this game for everybody, for us and for Delaney. We've got 2 outs. Allie Warden has not hit the ball well. I've got Allie Hypes gets a leadoff double. And I told Billy I am not going to get a leadoff double and not be able to move that runner at least 1 base. So she gets 2 strikes.
Steal.
I thought, you know what, I'm going to steal right here, and maybe I'll get lucky and they throw the ball away.
And
There's
that's
no
exactly what
reason, because I tell my kids all the time, why would you throw the ball when you can't score if you get the ball?
Well, that puts you up by 2 runs then, right?
And then I can say to Delaney, okay, we can go out there and be aggressive in the zone now. We don't have to pitch around people. Just go out there and get 7, 8, 9, bust them, and let's go. And that's what we did.
Yeah, I think that Paige got a strikeout on her next pitch.
The next
and
pitch.
got out of the inning.
Yeah, it was 2 strikes.
That's how this game goes sometimes.
Yes.
It was,
and so, and like I said, and I've been like that always. I like to gamble on those things, that not gambling that the kid can't make the play, that the kid makes the mental mistake of trying to make the play. So, and that's a tough play to make. Somebody coming in and you got the third baseman's up usually on those plays, and the shortstop's trying to cover. So
the game deciding run hits the plate or whatever and bounces over the.
Listen, that ball gets away from the catcher. I don't know what it hit a footprint and shoots up over the top of the backstop. And I came over here and told the kids, I said, it's the craziest things happen when these 2 teams play. So
it's hard to tell what tomorrow might bring them.
And it is. And I just, again though, I'd like for us to come out and be aggressive in the zone like we were today. score a few runs early, and win a 5-0 ball game. It'd be so nice to just win a 5-0 ball game.
Ken, I appreciate it.
I don't think it'll be happening.
No, I don't think so. Thank you, man.
We'll take it.